Hello! So today we've got another AP Chemistry FRQ answer video, and this is going to be for the fourth FRQ. I'm getting these questions off of the AP Chemistry 2022 FRQ PDF, which you can access in the link in the description box down below, or there's a link showing on the video right now. So you can go ahead and just put that into your search bar. And just a reminder that this is not affiliated with the AP College Board in any way, shape, or form. This is just a video going over the questions and the answers. Alright, so we've already covered the 3 long FRQs in previous videos, and this is going to be the first short FRQ, finally. And starting off with question 4a, we've got some compounds, and we have to use some stoich to calculate the number of moles given all of this information. And when I get a question like this, I kind of like to digest all that I've been given and see how I can manipulate all these values and units and try to get these units to cancel out and to make sure that I'm getting the unit that they're looking for, which is moles. So I can start off with the 0.0016 grams for every 1 liter, and which is given. And since I want to cancel out grams, I can use the 51.48 grams for every 1 mole on top, like so. And then our grams can cancel out, and that leaves us with just moles, which is exactly what we're looking for. But it looks like we still have liters on the bottom. So putting this into our calculator, we get 3.108 times 10 to the negative 5 moles, but that's for every 1 liter because the 1 liter did not cancel out, so I'm placing the 1 liter on the bottom. But remember that we're looking for moles, so I'm going to try and cancel out the 1 liter using the 1 liter value given in the problem. So just multiply that by the given 1 liter. Liters will cancel out, and then you will get a final value of 3.108 times 10 to the negative 5 moles as a final answer. So yes, so far not too bad. And next up for question 4b, we have to compare intermolecular forces between two compounds. And so remember that intermolecular force is comprised of ion-dipole, hydrogen bonding, dipole-dipole, dipole-induced dipole, and London dispersion forces. So I'm going to go ahead and pop up the structures for each compound. And it says that in the information that NH2Cl is soluble and that NCl3 is insoluble. And so using intermolecular forces, we have to explain why this occurs. Now, it says in the problem that this is going to be put in water. So, just as a review, the IMFs of water are going to be hydrogen bonding, dipole-dipole, and London dispersion forces. Okay, so water exhibits all 3 of these properties because, every compound will exhibit London dispersion forces. And then there is a dipole-dipole force because of the oxygen with the partial negative and the hydrogen with the partial positive. And then it does have hydrogen bonding because hydrogen is bonded with oxygen by definition. So now that we have all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and find out what the IMFs are going to be for the 2 compounds above and see if they kind of match with water, which will tell us if it's polar or nonpolar and its solubility in water. Okay, so NH2Cl does exhibit hydrogen bonding, and that's because there is a hydrogen bonded with fluorine, oxygen, or nitrogen, and in this case it's going to be nitrogen. So we're good on that. It also has dipole-dipole because of the partial positive and the partial negative apparent in the compound. And then, of course, it does have the London dispersion forces. Now let's find the IMF for the NCl3. So that's going to be dipole-dipole because of the partial positive and negative between nitrogen and chlorine, respectively. It will also have London dispersion forces as well. However, it will not have hydrogen bonding because there's no hydrogen bonded with fluorine, nitrogen, or oxygen. Okay, so now looking at these characteristics, the characteristics of the NH2Cl is the exact same as the characteristics for water. So that means that these two have the same characteristics, and so the NH2Cl will be highly soluble due to the same intermolecular forces found in water. So to answer this question, we can say that NH2Cl is more soluble in water because it exhibits all 3 of the same intermolecular forces as water. And so because they have the same properties, they will dissolve with one another. For example, a polar compound will dissolve in water because water is polar. Again, make sure that you compare both. So for NCl3, it's going to be nearly insoluble because it does not exhibit hydrogen bonding like water does, and so it will not be soluble. So again, compare those those IMFs, and kind of compare it to the IMF of water. Okay, and then last question. Wow, that was quick. We're going to be going over question 4C, and we have to use some more stoic, which isn't too bad. I kind of like all the stoic in the FRQ. So looking at this problem, it's asking for the amount of energy, which is going to be in kilojoules. And so given that as well as the information, we have to manipulate the units in a way where kilojoules will be left over. So I'm taking the 15 grams of the NCl3, multiplying that by the 120.36 grams for every 1 mole, and that was given, and then multiplying that by the value given, which is for every 1 mole, you have 32.9 kilojoules. And so looking at this dimensional analysis, we can actually cross off the grams like so, and the moles as well, which leaves us with kilojoules left, and that's exactly what we want. Perfect. Plug that into your calculator, and you get 4.10 kilojoules, and that looks like the end of FRQ number 4. Not too bad. There was a lot of stoic and some IMF review, but overall not like the worst FRQ I've seen. And again, here are the score predictions for a 3, as well as a 4 and a 5. Again, these are not the official AP's College Board score predictions. These are mine. This is just kind of like an estimate, I guess. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more videos. I'll be posting the last 3 FRQs pretty soon, maybe this week. And make sure to give this video a huge thumbs up. Be sure to turn on post notifications to be notified whenever I post. And if you took the AP language test this year and want to know the answers, then check out the video on the left. It goes over a ton of tips on how to get 6s on your AP language test. And if you want to see the answer to the 3rd FRQ for AP chemistry, click on the video to the right. And I guess that's it. Be sure to stay updated on my upcoming videos, and I'll see you guys next time.